The set of Dead Rising Watchtower, and I become a zombie. Welcome to Film Ride, the show that takes mystery out of the effects techniques, going to some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley, and a few months ago, I was lucky enough to get out to the set of Dead Rising. I love being on set, watching other talented people do their thing. It's always interesting and educational, so I decided to bring my camera along for this one so you guys would be able to check it out, too. First up, when I got on set was to find Tim Carter, the writer and producer of the project, and Zach Klifowski, the director. They asked if I wanted to be a zombie. And yes, I did in fact want to be a zombie, but then warned them that they should probably put me in the back because I'm better behind the camera than in front. So they threw me in the makeup chair to get all zombified with the crazy talented Cindy Barlow, who is easily one of the nicest humans I have ever met. What I was so impressed with was how effective she was with so little. She basically just put white paint on my face, darkened some areas, added a look of veins with a bluish pen, and then some blood. Then it all came together with the contacts, which I do have a mild phobia of putting things in my eyes, so I was half panicking on the inside while that was happening. Final touches was to throw some blood in my mouth, which she did with what she called a blood bear. This is a honey bear bottle filled with blood. Really good idea for dishing out blood when needed on set.
Blood bears.
Then it was off to set, which of course the best part about this is to watch other filmmakers doing their thing, seeing the different process and approach for each. Zach walked around with his wireless monitors so that he could stay close to the actors while running takes. Makeup artists were attending to all their cast of actors and zombies. It was just a well-oiled machine moving perfectly together. And the set looked great. They had a great location to which they added some great little extras to make it even more visually interesting, like of course, haze. But then even though I warned them that I would probably be a terrible zombie and they should hide me in the back, I was second in line right behind a professional stunt woman named Sandra. The thing about stunt people is they're totally in tune with their movements. They can tap perfectly into those physical performances, so she passes the camera looking amazing. The next in line to get me, Pimp Zombie. I really have no idea why my version of a zombie is me with clumsy swag. But I'm sure it looks good in camera, at least that's what they were telling me, which is something that I love. Things that look ridiculous in person can often look amazing in camera with the right lighting, framing, and movement, and the opposite is true too. Things that look amazing in person can look like garbage in camera. Things with speed is usually a good example of that. But anyway, to finish off my zombie performance, which, I mean, is pretty legendary if we're being honest. We all bum rush a door and then claw away at it, and then I'm killed, and then hide behind the door while the other actors finish out the scene, which led us to my other zombie persona. Creeper zombie. Then more delicious blood bear, another take, more creeper zombie, and after that, I get unzombified and was just an observer. Watch them create a bunch of custom assets using compressed air to launch blood and body parts in front of a green screen, and a dude getting torn up by a zombie horde. Then there was day 2, which consisted of even more zombies and explosions. This was a bit more of an action-driven day, some quiet moments thrown in as well. One thing that I always love seeing on set is an AC's cart. This guy just hung back and pulled focus off the monitor like a boss, while they were shooting on red and almost always with 2 cameras it seemed. And another stuntman did an arm burn, which is always cool to see in person. Best part about that is how calm they always are when they tell him to put him out at the end of a take.
Good. Put him out. Perfect. Mark.
Yeah, you know, if you have a second, if you're not too busy, maybe you could put out the fire that's on my fucking arm. If you're not too busy, that is.
Putting him out.
Then I wrapped up my last night with a lovely conversation with the undead, who was chilling with a knife in his back. The biggest takeaway from all the sets that I've been on is that all the stuff that they do is basically the exact same thing that we all do. The only difference is the amount of people and toys and locations, but the techniques are basically the exact same, which is really encouraging. All these techniques and all the approach to telling the story is not budget specific. It's all the same thing. So going out and making as much stuff as you can as often as you can really is a great education. Learning by doing with whatever you have right now. So when the big boy toys finally come along for us, we're ready for them. Are you a budding filmmaker?
No.
Innovator?
No.
Entrepreneur?
None of these things.
Well, if you are, domain.com is the best place to go for your next great idea. And they got ways to lock in your brand like never before with a growing list of different extensions. There's like 200 plus extensions now, and that list is still growing. You can get things like .ninja, .nyc, .expert, .club.
Josh?
I don't think so. That would be kind of awesome, especially if you got like www.josh.josh. That would work out nice. And if you want to save 20% off anything you're getting from domain.com, you can use the coupon code FilmRiot at checkout for discounts on your web hosting, on your domain names, and on some email action. So when you think domain names, think domain.com.
Logo.
But that's it for today. If you want to check out Dead Rising, it's available on Xbox right now if you are a gold member, and it's on Crackle for free starting tomorrow. So definitely check that out so you can watch me be a pimp zombie. And if you want to connect with the director of the film, Zach, check out the notes sections below for links to his social pages and website. And as a reminder, next week finally starts our epic summer event. On Thursday, April 2nd, we're releasing my latest short film along with part 1 of the making of our short. So yes, tell your friends.